Hey everybody, welcome to sunny Pittsburgh. Here at the Pittsburgh airport. Man, this thing's a little shaky. Might have to stabilize this mount a little bit. It's a better mount than I used last time, but it's still a bit shaky. I might have to pull over and remedy that real quick. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, you saw the thumbnail I had for the video. The garage I was in was some ancient clunky garage being held together in some parts, it looks like, by steel parts to prevent spreading, which is appropriate since this is steel town. Thought that was hilarious. So real quick, if I can find my tape that I had here. I was going to apply a layer of tape onto this thing, but maybe that will not work. Let's see here. Let's see. Maybe just a little weight like I did last time might stabilize it. So the mirror itself is pretty stable. Let's try. Let me wedge something in here. This might make it a little bit better. Yeah, a little bit better. Not amazingly better. Let's try that for now and see what happens. Okay. So, I'm just bringing up the map to Monroeville. I had some trouble with the signal in the garage for some reason. A little bit spotty. And as excuse me, as usual, a lot of these rental cars, they have they're modern cars, so they require a subscription to use the GPS feature. I'm like, I don't have a subscription, and I'm using my phone to stream. So luckily, I have my trusty iPad. It has all my filming locations and stuff on it. I can I can bring up my Monroeville Mall directions. According to the Apple Maps, Monroeville Mall is 88% recommended. Whatever the hell that means. Okay. Directions. Oh. I see what happened. I turned my internet off to save power. That was brilliant. There we go. Now we're on. Oh boy. The iPad is so low in charge, it's power cycling. Bear with me, this is a very exciting stream so far. Aren't you glad? Oh, look at that, Cybertruck with a really lame Cybertruck logo on the back. Holy shit. Alright, bear with me. I'm using a multi-power adapter from the cigarette lighter, and I wonder if the port is not spec high enough for the iPad to charge quickly. iPads need 10 watts to be happy when they're charging. Let me try one more thing. I have another idea. Always got to have backup plans. I have, there we go, a trusty power bank that always charges it from what I remember, just fine. It's been a little while since I used a power bank with it, but let's try that. Remove one of the variables. Alright. So I'm going to keep driving towards Pittsburgh for now. I'll take a quick pit stop when I need to get a little more detail in Monroeville. I have to go through Pittsburgh anyway, so why not? Let's go take a look. I'm not going to do anything specific yet because I really want to get to Monroeville Mall first. See some stuff, go check in the hotel, and yeah, it's a little more stable now. My little wedge worked. Nice. Give me a shim and a place to put it, and I will stabilize the world. Alright, come on, battery. Okay, now it's charging up again. So, yeah, I'm gonna do the mall real quick, just to, you know. Technically, it's 2 days before Living Dead weekend. So you go there and it's going to be some partial setups, but mostly a few people milling about and then just the regular mall goers. But I'm dying to see what the mall looks like now that they supposedly downsized a lot of the businesses there in preparation for what's likely to be the beginning of the end. Unfortunately, as we're all fearing. So we shall see. There's a Pittsburgh sign. Trying to stay off the turnpikes because they're toll roads. That's going to eat up more money I just don't want to spend right now. Last time I came down through here, it was like, I don't know, 5:36 in the morning last year. And I was probably just about as tired. I basically barely slept on the flight and didn't get much sleep at all last night getting ready for this. And also excitement. So, pardon my chewing a little bit. I'm starving off getting off the plane and I'm having some homemade trail mix. Anyway, these are the roads here. Not very big. Where I'm from, it's usually 3-4 lane roads. This is only 3 lanes for a little bit, then it goes down to 2 on either side. And then at some point you get to these walls. And then you saw one of my previous streams. Wildlife jumps onto the road, freaks out with oncoming traffic, sees the wall, panics, either can't jump it or just hits it. I think it's green. So there are like all kinds of deer carcasses on the side of the road. It's a lot of carnage. Haven't seen anything yet, but I'm not quite to that spot. But yeah, this is typical what they call big roads in Pittsburgh. 2 lanes on either side. Most of the stuff, like where they filmed well, the Dawn of the Dead locations in the little town areas and stuff. Single lane roads, either side. Just little rural roads, twisty. Not really spec for lots of traffic, but I'm suspecting they don't get much traffic. But look at the greenery, beautiful greenery here. This time of year, California is getting kind of dry and golden looking, but not here. Very green, very nice. town of Moon. I spent a lot of time on 376 on the last trip. Roads are in decent shape though. It's not too bumpy. They're fixing all the freeways by me, slowly but surely. Man, those are just terrible roads for a long time. With all that traffic and all that money, you would think they would put more infrastructure to the roads, but sometimes it takes forever. Well, I saw a message. Sorry, I couldn't see who it was or what it said. I was looking at the road, and it's very small font. But thanks for showing up. Just killing time here, heading to Pittsburgh, first time on this trip, and then going straight to Monroeville Mall. And then, depending on who I meet tonight, if anyone's around, or nothing's going on, I'll probably head back to Pittsburgh at night. Get a little footage tonight. Last time I was in Pittsburgh for a little while here and there, it was raining a lot, which accounts for all this greenery. And lots of clouds today, but no rain yet. So I'll get to enjoy Pittsburgh in the sun. I don't have any music queued up, but just kind of last minute got out of the plane. The flight was, the plane had issues. We had to change. I had a stopover in Las Vegas, and I walked all the way across the damn airport from the extreme side of one terminal, I think it was Terminal C, all the way to the end of Terminal B. Long ass walk. And then after we get there for a while, they go, oh, we're terribly sorry. Plane is having issues. We'll have to redirect you back to Terminal C, almost as far as you came, all the way back there. I'm like, God damn it. And it was warm. I mean, they don't air condition the airport that much, it seems. It's kind of all right, but it's not like really nice and cool. So you're just sweating and trudging around carrying all this stuff. Kind of crazy. This is where I started seeing the roadkill last time. These walls. Deer freak out. Hit these walls. Whatever happened this morning, they probably cleaned them up by now. Oh boy, there's IKEA. Oh boy, we got some traffic now. It is commute time, so that's why I wasn't in much of a hurry to get anywhere. Because anywhere you go, it's commute time, it's going to be a slog. I don't know all the back roads, all the secret shortcuts. So I'm stuck with the traffic. There's a restaurant called Burgatory. Sinfully Good. A billboard right there. Crafton, I went through Crafton before. I don't think I went to Weirton. But yeah, like I said, these roads aren't new. They don't look new. They're pretty worn, but they're not bad. There's a dead deer right there. Bam. Just like I said. Actually, that one's a little ripe. It's been there for a couple days. There's There's a nice phallic-shaped water tower. Covestro. Big rainbow logo. I'm not sure what that place is. Oh, lots of water towers around here. Ah, the air conditioning feels good. It's pretty warm here, actually. I forgot how warm it could be here from what people told me, because like I said, last time I got here it was cold. In the morning it had been raining, and it continued to rain off and on for that day, and I think a little bit the next day. But we were inside the mall all that time, so I didn't even notice the weather that much. But really dramatic clouds. I think that first night, it was a Thursday night, I walked around the mall after hours. We'll walk and talk. There was beautiful dark clouds all over the place. So the rental car place, I use this one called Sixt, S-I-X-T. I mean, you call them, it's like a German accent on the outgoing messages. So I thought, oh, it's from Europe or something. It's like, no, apparently, well, maybe it was at one point, but she said it's actually the oldest rental car company in the world. Is it 1912? It's in the teens. 12 or the teens. 1912, 1915, something like that. I forgot. Oldest rental car company in the world, still working. And I asked another person just to kind of build up the story a bit, and he said that before they were renting cars, they're actually doing kind of like a ride share thing, like a primitive version of Uber for people who didn't have cars. But I can't imagine what kind of cars they were renting back then. I mean, maybe one of those really bizarre Daimler cars, big old German cars before became Mercedes-Benz. I mean, I suppose they could have had, oh, there's a cemetery alert. Lots of cemeteries around here, as I said last time. Anyway, if it's that old, they could have been doing Model Ts and Model As, I suppose. Something like that, if I had my timeline correct. But interesting. We used them once when we went to LA. You saw my Disneyland footage where I was talking to the Star Wars nerds, and I was wearing my Stormtrooper helmet polo shirt, and the Stormtrooper is going around with his buddies acting up their little skits. And I said, I don't know, I said something silly off the cuff like, hey, don't worry, man, I got your back. Hey, look, I'm on your side. I showed him the helmet polo. He's like, excellent, keep up the good work. Bunch of super nerds are, it was funny. Anyway, the company was pretty good. We used them before, so thought I'd try them again. They had one of the best prices I could get for a last minute trip. Getting close to magic hour. Look at that color. Again, green, green, green. over so this guys can have their left. Like I said, I'm on no schedule today. Just wanted to get here early, see a few things, get situated, get a nice sleep tonight, and have a crazy long day tomorrow. So if you guys are into this stuff, definitely check out tomorrow. It's going to be a jam-packed streamathon. Some of the places I went to before, I'm trying to add a few new ones that I missed or just didn't know about last year. See what happens. I went to a couple things last time, or at least one thing that you couldn't go into, and it was just interesting because it was the actual station, TV station, where they opened Dawn of the Dead. But you never see the outside of the station, you just see the inside. And according to Larry DeVincent's, who's running a lot of the stuff at Living Dead Week, including the Killer Tour that I captured last year, and go check that out. I'll do it again this year. That won't be live because we're going through all the pipe works and all the cement blocks of the building, so there's no way to do a live signal there. So I'll upload it later, just like I did last time. Anyway, so according to Larry, I think it was as of last year, middle or end of last year, the giant TV room, the movie starts where everyone's yelling at each other, the people on the stage are fighting, and the camera people are scoffing at everybody, and there's all kinds of drama here and there. George Romero's playing the actual director of the TV studio with his wife at the time. And that giant room has been now converted into offices. It's no longer a giant room, but it was for decades apparently. If I had tried to go, actually probably if I tried to contact anybody and get in there as a quick tour for this event last year, I probably could have seen it as a big room still. But I didn't know it was that easy to get in there. Some people have done it, said it was fun. Well, I barely knew what the hell I was doing last time, so no way I could have planned that. And now it sounds like it's already built into offices, so there's no point trying. But I cover the outside at least. Funny little building. It's like, it looks bigger in the movie than it does on the outside. Almost like a Flintstone house where they're running around all this crazy amount of space, but it's really a small house. Ooh, there's like a mosque over there. That's interesting. Maybe it's just a Orthodox church. Something like that. It has a little decorative domes or segmented domes, almost like stuff in Red Square. Anyway, so that's the place I went to. TV station, it's a Fox affiliate. I was going to try to drive around the outside of the Wampum mine where they shot most of Day of the Dead in the Wampum mine facility, underground. Miles and miles and miles of tunnels and limestone caves where they have stable temperature storage for cheese. Like, apparently government cheese is stored there by the ton. You can also store your RV there, boats, some film archives down there. As he says in the movie, they got the negatives of all your favorite movies. So, and apparently government documents. So there must be a real secure area down there as well. Have government documents. Anyway, big place. There's like water storage down there. There's all kinds of shit down there. But obviously totally closed off unless you're a customer. So I'm at least going to go visit. It's just built into a hillside to see what the building looks like. And area called Wampum. And I might try that tomorrow. We'll see. If I get to see everything else and I have plenty of time, we shall see. But definitely going back to Evans City Cemetery. Evans City proper. We can talk about the crazies again. Going to Braddock. This time I spent a little more time in Braddock. I just really quickly drove around because it was kind of sketchy area. It's a really depressed area from the steel town layoffs. A lot of plants are running partial capacity. A lot of people are laid off. Dilapidated buildings, stuff like that. There's some new construction there, but it's quite a sight. But that's where they shot Martin. And a couple houses are still there. You can see they were in the movie. So I'm gonna go check those out. I really quickly tried to find them. Also the Kuda Deli, where the main character who's at odds with Martin, that was his business. And I couldn't quite find it. It could be gone, it could have changed totally. So I'm definitely going to queue up the movie tonight. A couple of these movies tonight. Get a little more stills to use for reference. This time instead of Dead Reckoning stuff. I did that short pause in the what was it, the Evans City Cemetery, trying to get the camera angles for when Johnny and Barbara get attacked by the ghoul, the main cemetery ghoul, Bill Heinzman. And I couldn't quite get the angles right. I knew some of the tombstones, but I wasn't 100% sure on some of them and the angles. So if you remember, I stopped the stream, went and watched it on my iPad for a bit, and then quickly filmed all the angles on a second stream. So it was fun. And it was near Memorial Day, just like it is now. So there'll be remnants of flags in there for all the military folks. Just like there were flags waving all over the place in Night of the Living Dead. So it really adds to the ambiance to have that in there, that extra detail. So, got that. I really want to nail those. I saw some good references. Larry did a video with that guy Sean, who does a lot of the cool filming locations for all kinds of stuff. Friday the 13th, Near Dark, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm gonna go visit the roads that they use for the opening credits for Night of the Living Dead. It's really just a couple cheat shots. I think it's 2 or 3 main spots, and they just did shot, reverse shot, shot, reverse shot, and treat them like they're separate areas when they're actually just different sides of the road, which is very, very clever, very efficient, low budget filmmaking at its best. And you can't tell unless you know the area. So that's cool. And then go visit where the farmhouse was. Now, sadly, I think as of a couple weeks, I think it is, one of the relatives of the people who own the property, who was living in the rebuilt house on that property, they had knocked down the original Night of the Living Dead farmhouse. Used to be super nice, and you come over and tell her that you're into the movie, she'd invite you in, and all kinds of stuff. And she was supposed to come to this Living Dead weekend, and unfortunately she died before she could come to this one. So, but she's a character in the Autopsy of the Dead documentary. Definitely check that out. A little hard to find Autopsy of the Dead. I had to go get a copy on eBay, I think. Sealed in box. But I would have bought a used one because it's kind of rare. Totally worth getting a copy of. The official website that was selling it for a long time Still mentions it, but the links are all out of stock. Probably for a long time. They haven't really updated the site, so it's up to everyone to go find a copy somehow. So yeah, I'm just driving in traffic. Sorry, it's not the most scintillating live stream, but hey, this is real, and this is happening, and this is what it looks like. So, in case you ever wanted to come here, now you know what you're going to see, or now you know why you don't want to come if you don't like this kind of surrounding. I'm just let my iPad charge some more, so it doesn't have this glitch. And then at some point I'll pull over. I probably did reckon, because I kind of remember where Monroeville was from Pittsburgh, but I'll use the GPS function just to make sure, get the best route, unless it freaks out again. Like I said before, sorry there's no music this time. I'm just doing this by the seat of my pants. Got off the plane, got here later than anticipated. I was supposed to be here at 3:45. Didn't get here till like an hour, at least half hour later, maybe a little more than that. And then I had to go check out the rental car. And then I had to go through my bags to find all my stuff, because I had to find this mount. The phone is on right now. It's a special mount I got on, I think it was an Amazon deal a while back. Really cool. It clamps onto the rear view mirror and has a little swing arm that comes out that you can pivot all different directions. Problem is, it's all plastic. The coupling onto the mirror is pretty solid, but the little arm, they should have made that metal, because it's a little wiggly on a road that's bumpy like this. You saw that when I started. So, yeah, not even that much bump. It's pretty sensitive. So I had to do the wedge approach. I wedged an object in between the arm and the mirror, and it's doing much better now. So I was going to use tape, but I couldn't find my tape in a pinch. So that's the problem with traveling with minimum amount of allotted bags. Cram a lot of stuff in one bag for a carry-on that's fragile and also useful. I don't want to have to go digging for it, and then end up having to dig for it anyway, because there's just way too much shit in the bag. And because I packed some of it in a hurry, there's somewhat local, similar items put together in little Ziploc bags. Some of them are just like thrown in there, like go, 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 I hurry. So plenty of room for improvement to be more efficient. So it's a long-winded explanation of why there's no music right now. I don't want to play the radio because that'll just be copyright claims all over the place. I'd rather play some soundtracky stuff that's less likely to trigger. Like when I played the Goblin stuff last time, it didn't trigger anything. I played stuff from Martin that didn't trigger anything. Crazies, you can only find a few clips of the orchestra, the military music. It's like snare drum rolls and it's like marching band music almost. That was all I could find, clips of that. So I did some pre-show. That one didn't trigger it. So yeah, I'll do that again tomorrow. Got all the stuff lined up, and be hopefully a fairly smooth production. Today's just totally winging it. But yeah, look at that greenery, beautiful. Lots of rain in these parts. California is the opposite. They also get snow here too, which is a whole big other deal. I was going to say about the Pittsburgh One thing I noticed last year, all the bridges are yellow. Pittsburgh, going across the Allegheny River and other stuff. And why are all the bridges yellow? And according to the lady at the rental car place who's lived here her whole life, the teams here in general are basically black and yellow, or at least yellow and something else, but usually black and yellow of some kind. So that's why they actually had the bridges painted to match the sports teams, which is interesting. Don't hear that very often, but they're real into the sports around here. The Steelers have always been a pretty popular team. Even when I was a kid, I don't know, I played football as a kid, but was never really into watching sports that much, except for all the action where they pile up and break legs and get all crazy in fights and stuff. But I remember having some Pittsburgh Steelers pajamas when I was a kid. And I guess maybe it was my dad's, one of his favorite teams, and just by osmosis, we were fans of it as well. Because I remember Pittsburgh Steelers, and and as a kid, I don't think I even put, it was like a little kid, like probably first grade or something like that. I don't think I even, maybe kindergarten, might have been kindergarten. I don't think I even put together the fact that it's steel, as in, refined metals. I probably thought it was more like stealing something, although it's spelled differently. But as a kid, you don't always pay attention to shit like that. But yeah, we're fans enough to have pajamas, Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know why I have these memories, because that's a long ass time ago. But I have some pretty damn good memories from kindergarten, first grade, stuff like that. And one of them was wearing the damn Pittsburgh Steelers pajamas and going, Steelers! Running around screaming Steelers. Funny stuff you remember. Right? And that's black and yellow. So traffic, traffic, traffic. So gas is cheap right here, but not as cheap as I had heard. Someone told me it was under $3, but I think it's closer to like $3.40, $3.50. Still cheap. Where I am, it's still roughly about $5, but so looking forward to cheap gas for a while. Last time I had a hybrid, so not only was the gas cheap, but I barely used it that much because of the hybrid. So I was going to put gas in the car once when I was going to return it, or maybe once, and then just had to top it off to return it, because I only went to gas station twice, I think. There we go, Monroeville. So I'm going to go, I think this route goes around Pittsburgh, not through it. Let's see if I remember that correctly. But we gotta go through, there's a rail bridge up there, all rusty. Very old rail bridge. He's got to go through some tunnels, because this is all, you see all the hills straight ahead? The only way to go is through, not over. If it's not already choppy, because I can't tell from this angle, if it's not already choppy, it'll definitely get choppy in the tunnels. I remember that last time. So bear with me. It's going to get choppy because they're going through all, hundreds of tons of rock and concrete and rebar. Fort Pitt Tunnel. I don't think I even noticed it last time. The weather was bad. I was just in a hurry to get somewhere. I didn't even look at that. It says it right there, Fort Pitt Tunnel. Real tunnel noise here. Nobody's honking. West Coast, it's kind of a tradition to honk when you go through a tunnel. As a kid, we always loved that. Yellow Bridge. Hopefully the signal, if it was bad, is back again. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Got to skirt the edge to Monroeville. So the road to the right down there, Fort Pitt Boulevard, that's where Leighton Image was, George Mero's office, for a long time. And I'll be checking that out later tonight, unless something else comes up. Definitely checking it out tomorrow because I kind of missed it last time. I drove past it, but didn't have a chance to stop. The weather was bad. The traffic was bad. So I'm gonna get a nice view of it, walk around it, and then I'm gonna try to drive up to that parking garage on the other side of the street, where you can look on top of the roof, where you can see where the Dawn of the Dead shootout happened on the rooftop. Over on the right, past one of these bridges. Not this one. Is it this one? I think it's after the next bridge. Is the they call it the Color Park now. It was the SWAT police dock where everybody meets up, gets in the helicopter, and goes off. Eventually ended up in the mall and Dawn of the Dead. And the dock's been removed. The buildings where the guys were there, where Steven finds the dead officer with the radio. And Joe Pilato has this big performance that got cut out of the American release. It's all right there across the river there. Now it's called Color Park because it's all like graffiti, like fancy graffiti, artistic stuff. More yellow bridges. See, look at that. And it's a weird yellow. It's like a Dijon mustard almost. It's a kind of a pale yellow. It's not super bright and it's not orangey yellow. In fact, it kind of matches these exit only signs on the road signs. Got another tunnel coming up here, if I remember correctly. Going through another chunk of mountain to go to Monroeville. So I went to the Color Park last time, just on the last day. Barely had time on the way to the airport. Check it out, but I'm not going back there at night when I do the downtown Pittsburgh thing. Try to line up some shots. You can still see the car dealership sign where the helicopter lands, and it's in the shot when the helicopter takes off after they talk to the police guys. And apparently the city's pretty beautiful at night. Gotta come back and take some shots from across the river anyway. It was overcast and drizzly when I came by at night one time. So it was nice, but it wasn't like, wow, it's beautiful. So I'm hoping to catch it with some decent weather. Get some pictures and some coverage. Squirrel Hill. Now we're on East 22. No, I guess this road's overlapping. East 22 and 376. So you drive around some of these neighborhoods, you'll see wooden buildings, wooden houses. But a majority of them are like brick and stone houses that are super old, at least old for this country. So they stay in the house for many generations, stay in the family, many generations. So different than where I live, where a lot of the houses are built in the 1950s. Not old at all. There's another bridge. This one's green. More traffic. But now the signs say Monroeville. So at this point, I'm hoping there was just this. I went to the mall from GPS last time. So let's see if I can dead reckon the mall. Otherwise, I'll have to stop and punch it in real quick. Have some fun. The video's a little bit off kilter here because I had to put that wedge to keep it from shaking so much. So it did make it tilt a little bit. But hey, it's a live stream. What the hell, right? If it were a prepared video, I'd fix it in post. But there you go. On the right, there's all kinds of brick buildings over there. Brick homes. Very old. Here comes another tunnel, I think. Yep. This time not through a mountain, it's just under a little area. Oh, this one goes down. I forgot about that. I'm also shooting a simultaneous GoPro video. Just for kicks. Slightly different angle. See how it turns out. It's funny how they put the double line in the tunnels. They don't want you to change lanes in the tunnels at all. Where I live, they don't give a shit. It's just a dotted line. You can do whatever you want. Back again. Swissvale. Okay, now I'm in the better side of the road. Left side's a little more trafficy. Again, green, green, green. So nice. It's Kennywood Park. It's a local amusement park. These cars are supposed to be non-smoking, but I could have sworn some asshole smoked in this a little bit. There's a hint of smoke, stale smoke or something. I don't think it's the neighborhood. Looks like a small prison building there. Lots of radio towers all over the place. There's a huge one at that TV station I stopped at. If you go to Google Earth and zoom in on it with the 3D turned on, you actually can see the tower. They've actually rendered the tower in 3D. Almost there. It's not that far from Pittsburgh. Yep, half a mile. Monroeville exit. So yeah, as I talked about last year, lots of movies are shot around here. Silence of the Lambs, Zack and Mary Make a Porno by Kevin Smith. Of course, Dawn of the Dead, all the Romero stuff, pretty much, until he got to his Canadian stuff. And Day of the Dead had parts shot in Florida. But yeah, quite a few things were shot here. TV shows. There's that one about tracking down serial killers. I forgot the name of it. That was a good show, actually. In Living Dead Museum inside the mall, they actually have a small exhibit on that show amongst all the other stuff, all the Romero stuff and all that. Pretty cool. A guy who plays the main inspector, I think it's FBI inspector in the that show, is the guy who plays in Creepshow 2, the Native American guy who gets scalped by Chief Woodenhead with his beautiful hair. It's funny how he, just a local guy, ended up in those two projects, and obviously plenty of other things, but those are the only two I can remember him from. But yeah, lots of stuff here, and even Zach and Miri had some shots in the Monroeville Mall. Apparently, I don't remember. I've watched it for a long time, but so yeah, lots of film and TV stuff going on here. Silence of the Lambs, of course, that's another one. The actual house used for Buffalo Bill in the movie is now a museum, and obviously the real house didn't have that pit in the basement. That was a set, but they've recreated that pit on a small scale inside the house to add to the lore. So they have a whole separate tour you can do, the Silence of the Lambs house, for Jamie Gum. So you got little quaint roads around here. This is still 4 lanes, but it's, you know, this is considered a local highway. This is, I forgot what this is called. So we're getting stores and stuff around here, but I don't see any signs from Monroeville Mall. In fact, I don't think I went this way at all to Monroeville Mall. So this will be fun. I get to see the outside with the big Monroeville Mall sign for the first time, because I always went the back way. I like the bikers entrance down that back road. Bikers Road, bikers entrance in the mall, that whole thing is the most similar in the mall than it was back in 78, 77, basically. 78, 77, 79, whatever it was. Depends where the movie was released, basically. But yeah, that's my favorite way to go. So I didn't actually go see the main thing. I also didn't walk to the other build-out area called the District, I think. So I'll have to check that out this time as well. Do a complete once-over of the whole place, since as of later this year, maybe even sooner, it may be quite different, if not gone altogether. We'll see. Nobody really knows. But you know how Walmart is. It's capitalism at its worst. Come in, take over, offer very few choices, but cheap prices, and you will take it and you will love it. And mom and pop suffer, they go away, your options are gone, your quaint, getting to know the family running the business kind of stores, and just having options, having, you know, even competition of any kind. They just squash everything. And the consumers suffer the most. Wow. There's a gas station called Sheetz with a Z. Sheetz. Interesting name. Alright. I see a bunch of shops across the way there, up on that hill. But I don't see the Monroeville Mall sign yet. The big one that's supposed to be off the road. Texas Roadhouse. Even looks kind of like the one that Patrick Swayze was at. That's funny. All kinds of businesses here I don't know anything about. Lots of local. Oh, they got Nothing Bundt Cakes though. That's a good chain. Got a couple of those by me. That's nice. You get like a mini bundt cake with different flavors. It's quite good. Just a treat. You don't need a whole big ass cake. Just a little mini cake. Okay, what do we got? I think we're getting close.
Sorry, you have to be subscribed to cloud service to use navigation feature. To learn more about what you can ask me, please say no.
Yeah, that thing thought I was talking to it. Shut up. It's gonna keep telling me I can't use it. I'm not even trying to use it. It must have an auto listen feature. Where's the big old sign? This is fun because I have no idea when it's going to come up. I'm just totally dead reckoning. Roughly in the direction where it should be. Hey, there it is. Monroeville Mall. Look at that. Yay! There's the big sign. There's the DoubleTree, which went out of business just before last year's Living Dead weekend. I didn't get a good look at that last time either. So now I've seen the DoubleTree. I'd say it's right here by the mall, so it's a perfect place to hang out. People party after hour, after the show. Look at that. There's Barnes and Noble. There's Macy's, and now I'm recognizing some of the building. These are all build-outs since the movie. The district right there. But over to the left, you start seeing some familiar stuff. We go the long way so you get the feel. Actually, there's a nice, similar to the JCPenney, Macy's building right there has some of the little archways, similar to the JCPenney one that the helicopter flies in the opening shot when they first go to the mall. I'm going to turn right here real quick, you can see it. So it's not magic hour, it's just polluted air. Must have a lot of pollution. Maybe there's a fire going on or something. Not supposed to be that color yet. The sun is still very high in the sky. Anyway, see those arches right there, the tall arches. There's a very similar structure to that. Pure white and with an actual split level on the original front of the JCPenney that was moved, became the movie theater. The Cinemark. So I didn't really spend much time over here last time. So now I got to see all that. But I already saw the side of the building I need to go to now. So there's the district right there. I didn't spend any time there last time. So let's go back out here, and there's a treatment facility or something like that. I think it's some kind of something for vets. Oh, that's a dead end. I can't go that way. See the stonework there, all these pillars. They're using the same stone in the wall right outside the biker entrance where the couple zombies got shot and blood spattered on the walls. Those are still there. Pickle parlor? What was this? Pickle parlor. All kinds of pickles. So the thing here called Zen Leaf, whatever that is. And over here straight ahead, just to the right as you go around this curve, is this facility. I think it's a veterans treatment facility or something. This perimeter road I did drive. I just didn't pay much attention to the side we just drove through because I was in a hurry to get out to go look at something else. But as you're around this road, you see this building right here. Yeah, Veterans Administration, like a hospital or something like that. So that's definitely not there when Dawn of the Dead was there. But you can also see right here. Can I turn in here? The same design language of the building here on the right, which wasn't Macy's backstage back then. It was something else, I think. Well, not backstage, but it may have been a Macy's back then. I thought it was something else. It was another local store. But see that same design language there? The columns with the arches. And look what's straight ahead. I'm going a slightly different way this time, but that's the biker entrance right there. This is where Michael, Will, and I were hanging out, chatting after hours the one day. And then a guy came by, the DJ from the UK. There you go. Look at that biker entrance. There's the glass where the fat guy was rubbing up his belly. There's the big grassy knoll there where basically everyone's like walking around as zombies and stuff. Out on the Woo has a funny thing with oh damn, what's his name? Matt. God, my brain is fried. I didn't get enough sleep in that flight. Matt Blasey. He's with Matt Blasey on this lawn right here, recreating the Roger scene. We did, didn't we? We whipped him, didn't we? But as a tour, like we did it, didn't we? Filmed it, didn't we? And they're just cracking up. It's very, very funny. So that Firestone I just looked over to the right is was there back then. There's the Monroeville Mall sign there at the top. And there's the wall to the right. Oh, they got some zombie blood spattered on it. This walkway, there was a walkway up here. See where that dirt series of planter boxes there. There was actually a stairway down there. You can see it in the movie. When they have that great shot of the whole side of the parking lot and this grassy hill here. And it goes, ah! Big long shot, big wide angle shot. You can see there's a stairway there. There's the biker entrance, the road they come down. And you can see it's all overgrown with trees now, so you don't get the long shot of the lights coming in like they do in the movie. And then you got another shot of the mall. Then you got, there's the Cinemark that used to be JCPenney, 2 floors of JCPenney, where they had the escalators and all that stuff. So that was gutted and rebuilt, basically. Oh yeah, you can see the outside of this is looking more ragged than I remember. The outside of the biker's entrance has rust and some, yeah, not so good, not so good. So maybe another reason why they want to tear it down, which is very sad. So here's the Cinemark. This is where they have the movie screening. So this is where I saw Night of the Creeps last time with the cast screening. This time it's going to be, what are they showing this time? Night of the Living Dead. There's going to be a Day of the Dead Sunday morning brunch thing with the cast, which would be awesome. But we're doing Larry's tour on Sunday because that's the day everyone wanted to do it, which makes sense. It's fun to go as a group. But they last minute added the Day of the Dead thing. We already booked on the tour for Sunday, so we're going to miss the Day of the Dead brunch with the cast. There's even a Guitar Center here on the left. I'm definitely going to that while I'm here. I'm a big Guitar Center freak. Bought so much stuff there over the years. As you know, if you've seen my channel and the name of my channel, all the gear shit. So I walked around this periphery last time. So this is where JCPenney moved to as a single story on the top, right above Dick's Sporting Goods. Instead of being a two-story JCPenney, it's down at the other end of the mall. So this is perfect. You can see where it used to be, Cinemark. And you can see where it is now, way down at the end of the mall. And they have the newer logo, the red JCPenney logo. Not that blue and black logo with the funny shape. So here's another, this is one of the entrances they lock off during the big chase to secure the mall. In fact, I think this is how they got, I think they said this is how they got the car into the mall with this entrance. They had the Sirocco in the mall. They brought it in this way. I can't remember. I have to double check. I think this is the mall that has the big mural in it, the big hallway with the mural in it of George Romero and Mr. Rogers. Look at this decay here. This stuff is all falling apart here. No one's been cleaning this up at all, which is sad. I mean, it's cool for like a horror vibe, but it's not cool for enticing customers to come. So again, if they're not really taking care of the place, that's probably another reason why it's got some longevity issues at this point. Very sad. Of course, all these light fixtures and the thing, the numbers have moved around over the years in some areas, and the light box pattern at the top is more of a teardrop shape. Now it's these boxy ones. So they change stuff here and there, just like they changed the lights inside the mall. And yeah, I'll cover some more of it later outside, but that's a good drive around the whole thing practically. Now let's go in and experience the mall. So this is where I'm going to have to cut the live and just do a local, because it's just going to be too choppy. The only places you get a good signal inside the mall are those giant skylight areas where they had the fountain, which is gone. It's now a kids play area, and where they had the clock tower, which is the now called Romero Court, where they have his statue and they have all the Living Dead weekend events. So, or at least the main events with the stage, and then the little accessory places nearby. So yeah, I'm gonna go that. Definitely make a point to hit that Guitar Center. Not today, but either tomorrow or Friday, just to check it out. It's like any other Guitar Center, I'm sure, but I'm a Guitar Center fan, so I gotta check it out. So I'm gonna go in my favorite entrance to the mall, the biker entrance on the top this time. And this was called Macy's at the time. Wasn't Macy's here, it was called Gimbals or something like that. Some company basically either doesn't exist anymore or they just own property and don't do stores. I don't know. But actually, while I got the thing running, I could go back out here. You look at the top, you can see they still have the original cooling system at the top, which is where they walk up to it during the movie. And then just to, I believe it's just to the right of that white box there with the little antennae on it and stuff, is where they put the helipad that was just put in for the movie. Obviously they don't have a helipad here, but they did install it for the movie and then took it out. And that's that scene where they run around the top of the mall trying to figure out what to do, and then they look down, they see all the zombies coming toward the mall and freak out. And then later on, they when they're putting the trucks in front of the mall, like the biker entrance is the one that has the two trucks where Roger gets bitten, and Fran's on top of one of those little roof areas shooting the bad guys, the zombies. And also one of those areas, there's some little pipes coming over the end. That's where they rolled that tennis ball when Peter's playing tennis, and the ball rolls over and hits a rotting zombie corpse on the ground, which is supposedly the one Tom Savini had used. It was real skeletal remains with some effects put on it. It's kind of wild. He used it a couple times in the movie. Anyway, so that'll do it for now live, because it's already been long and you guys are probably bored, and I can't do live in most of them all anyway. So maybe what I'll do is let me grab my stuff real quick. I'll walk up to the mall live, I'll cut it, and then I'll jump to my local video and upload that later. So bear with me while I get my stuff together here. Almost stuff unpacked. Unplug that guy. What's this bag for? Cameras and stuff in here. Well, these GoPros get hot when they're on for a long time. Whew. Got this cool adapter on is it Amazon or B&H? I can't remember. That's the same battery clip size, and you put the open back frame on the GoPro that still has the little clip brackets and stuff on it, so you can attach it to a mount. And then you have, and give it some protection. And you have the wire coming out the back goes right to your lighter cord in your car. So you don't have to worry about constantly charging batteries that run out. Let me just double check this while I got this going. Some of these apps. You have too many apps open. As you know, apps steal your battery and your memory. That's good. Killed most of them. See if the map was going to work correctly now. Seems to be better. Directions. Yeah, now it's happy. I got enough juice, and I also closed some apps. I think the memory is getting full on this thing. So, perfect. So I was ready for next time. Let me just get all this stuff in the bag, and I will carry the thing over to biker entrance. Give me a second here. It is warm out here. Definitely warm out here. Give me a moment to get my bracket real quick for my gimbal. See, the image looks good. spilling out. That's not good. No, no, no. That's why you close your Ziploc bags. You don't leave them open, and this stuff flies all over the place. The batteries I was looking for earlier. Okay, almost there. I know this is very boring, but necessity. I want to start a whole new stream just to do 2 minutes of the opening of the building there. Just going to quickly find that stupid bracket. I tried to find it in the parking garage where I got the car. It was so goddamn dark in there. I don't want to sit there using a flashlight to find all the stuff in my car. Like that. Okay, so it's not there. It must be in the other pouch. Oh, almost got it, I think. When I felt it. No. Usually it sticks to stuff because it's magnetic, but on that side, I'm not finding it. Ah. So it's up here in this little section. On these backpacks there, feature packed. Needs more places for stuff to hide. You pack in a hurry. Good luck finding it. Maybe it's in this guy. There it is. I knew I'd find it eventually. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I have to carry all this with me, so I don't want to leave my stuff in the car. Just asking to get stolen. A lot of cool stuff in here for the trip. I don't want to lose it before I get a chance to use it. Okay. So I'm not going to be here till closing. I'll just hang out for a little while. Unless I run into some people. Something cool happens. A lot of people I know are coming, are actually coming starting tomorrow. Either driving here or flying here. So I'm not going to... I think Larry's here already. But I don't know too many other people who are here right now, for sure. Come on, where's the... Oh, I see that. Let's take that stupid thing off. I had to lash my camera bag to my backpack to make it appear as one bag. Otherwise they count it as a third bag, and then you gotta pay extra. On the plane. No, I'm not doing that. So, this little trick worked pretty well, actually. Okay. that there. So that's Velcro. Stick that around this thing. Okay, camera bag is free. It's worth doing this now because it'll be much easier to deal with later. Of course, I just spilled a bunch of water on the car. That was smooth. Very smooth. Slow down. I'm trying to rush to get this done. Make the stream a little more interesting, not just me yapping, moving stuff. Cars of Toyota Corolla came all the way from Florida. Or if you're really cool, you call it Florida. Alright, got my water. What's left of it. That was very silly to spill that. Oh shit. Almost there, sorry. Bear with me. Combination of lack of sleep and trying to go too fast. You stupid ass. Jesus Christ. Good. Finally, there. Way too long. Okay. Down from there. All right. wedge just fell down. I'm gonna go pick my wedge up. Hold on a second. Need that later. It's very useful on the road. Toyota Corolla. Okay. So for reference, there's the Guitar Center over there. Firestone, clearly seen in the movie, that whole building. Macy's, which I think was Gimbals or something, I can't remember. Biker entrance, upper floor. The rooftop they were on in the opening scene. And then the JCPenney building that was rebuilt as a Cinemark, where they had the little two-tiered column structure outside as they flew the helicopter in the first scene for the mall. From that back corner over there all the way over here, it gets about to here, maybe a little further, and then it cuts to another view inside the helicopter, I think. So, let me lock the car. Let's get the gimbal together. I gotta charge it a little bit. It has some juice left, I think. Let me quickly take this cover off because it adds actually a little more weight to the phone that is gonna mess up the gimbal a little bit. Let's take this off. Found that out the hard way. Gimbal started overheating a lot and getting it imbalanced. I'm like, boy, this phone is heavier than I thought because just that case added just enough weight so the gimbal is not 100% happy with that extra weight. All right, just about there. Let's turn the gimbal on. Now it's right orientation. It's weird that the video pauses from my point of view when I turn the wrong aspect ratio, but I've watched the videos back and it still records. It's just kind of an abrupt warning to the cameraman that, hey, you're making some big errors here. So, okay. Car locked. You already saw the other buildings. That's a Veterans building in the distance over there. Oh, I just dropped my fucking case. Need this case. It's very good protection. Okay. Put this in my back pocket. Okay. So you already saw all the rest out here. Let's start heading toward the cool entrance. And then there's like stories about, hey, I think it's 36, number 36 light, or 37 over there. It's like, hey, those used to be down there. So if you go back and watch the movie, I think the numbers are all swapped around, but who knows why? It is kind of weird how it goes 31, 33, 34, 37, 40, 36. A bunch of the numbers are missing. So anyway, here's the grassy, I call it the grassy knoll, but it's just a big old berm, grass on it, where the zombies are all walking. It's pretty steep actually, so they had to kind of balance while acting like zombies. There it is, that's the entrance. The bikers open those, what they call bay doors in the movie. And then Peter has the incredible shot where he's not only upstairs, but he's around the corner, Hollywood magic, shoots down here, but if you look where the glass stops, and it's a straight line back here, there's no way he's going to be able to shoot that biker on the asphalt right here where he falls off the back and gets eaten by the zombies. Again, movie magic. So you can only really tell that when you're here, when you watch the movie, it kind of makes sense until you realize, oh shit, they're upstairs. And so yeah, there you go. There's that stone wall that gets all the blood on it. Very iconic stones. See how this is kind of, you see somebody, they fixed it a little bit, but last time I was here, that somebody had bumped into that brick with a truck and it was falling apart, so somebody restacked it, looks like. But this is all kind of torn up here. You can see where there's a bunch of rust and stuff where the steel is actually getting dilapidated and rusty. And my guess is they're not bothering to fix it because they don't care at this point, since new owners are going to do what they're going to do with it. But so up here is the, where is that? There's a little pipe sticking up where the ball comes down. They shot the footage of the ball coming down, which had nothing to do with the where it actually fell, which is over in the front where the district area is. It's all redeveloped now. There's a shot in the movie where they're up above looking down, and they put this around here because this used to be a cutout. You could actually see the bottom floor through here. There's a scene where that zombie kind of grabs a shopping cart and kind of wings it like angry, and that's done through this hole in the concrete, which they finally just patched up. I think it was just not necessary. It was kind of dangerous, and I think it was falling apart as well, so they had to stabilize it, just seal it up. Yeah, so all kinds of weird stuff and changes around here. And then the big beauty shot was, obviously up there on the roof. Down this way, where you can see all the zombies in the parking lot, the zombies on the berm, and then they had a walkway here, which the kind of remnants of it there. You can see there's some chipped up concrete on the edge of that concrete, and this was all kind of added later, some landscaping, but this was a walkway to take you down to that lower parking lot. They took that out for whatever reason. Larry mentions a lot of this on the tour. A little bit about the walkway, but mostly about this, and about the ball and some other stuff that's visible from here. So yeah. Gotta enjoy it while we can, because it's not going to be here forever. So this is where I can't go straight from here. I have to go all the way around since there's no walkway anymore. But that's down here is the famous windows where the fat zombie bumps up against many times during that one scene where he's talking about the zombies using their animal instincts and human remnants of memory to do various things. And of course, that's the main biker entrance. So maybe I will. Do I have time to? Let's see how bad it is. I don't think I ever walked down this grass before. What the hell? While I'm here live, I'll just do it. Because there's no easy way to get there without going in the mall, going downstairs. I'll lose my signal by then. So, can you walk through here? This is a little bit steep as well. I don't want to slide on the dirt. So, let's see what kind of fun these zombies had to put up with on the grass. Yeah, it's quite steep there. Probably walk at an angle. It's not so bad. Let's see. The grass isn't wet, so it's not so bad. Here we are. So they kind of fixed this. It was broken apart last time. So So either I don't remember all this rust and like stripped stuff. So maybe they're doing some recon, deciding what to do with them all, actually. And this was exposed. I don't remember seeing this. So, doesn't look pretty. Or that wall there. So this might be prep for, and they got some plywood up there. I don't remember all this from last time. So they probably did this since last time we had the event. Deciding what to do with the building. This is where Larry always starts his tour. Right in this little courtyard here. Talks about the guys getting shot against the thing. He even recreates a scene where the guy gets shot and falls against the wall. It's always fun. Here's the actual glass where the fat guy bounces his belly on it. And this is, of course, all the doors where the zombies are going crazy. I could probably walk right in without losing signal. Oh, the AC feels good. But if I go too far, I'm going to definitely lose it. So let's give you a peek into one of the hallways here. This is one of the many corridors you can see when you go on the tour. But much more interesting than this. This is just a basic corridor. And left it open. So that looks familiar if you know about the Sirocco scene where they're driving around. Lots of shots down the hall like this. And then here are the doors that open. They're different design. They've changed them over the years. But for the casual viewer, they look identical. So they still can open and still can bring in equipment. And a lot of the vending machines are missing out of the hallway now. Noticing that compared to last time. So again, that's another visual change. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here because I will lose the signal, or it'll get so choppy it won't be worth watching. And stay tuned for the upload. I may not get it done tonight. I'll definitely upload it sometime this weekend because I'll be doing lots of other videos to upload as well as lives. So thanks for all hanging out, and it's exciting to be here, even though it's kind of bittersweet. Yeah, see, it's only 4:28, so is that right? Yeah, it's not that late actually, so it's just really dead right now. So I'll capture all this as it is now, and then I'll obviously come back again tomorrow before the event to get some more stuff as people start ramping up and showing up to get a view of them all and hang out and be here and hear the music before for who knows what's going to happen. So thanks again, everybody. And as George always said, stay scared.